Hi, sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. I'm just connecting up to Instagram. It doesn't know what it's doing today, does it? I've got a jumper on and the sun's suddenly come out and I'm probably going to have a tropical moment. But we'll just have to keep our jumper on. So how the devil are you? I can't believe it's Thursday again. I don't know where the weeks go. They fly round really quick. So the title of this live tonight is Choose You or Choosing You. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. One is that we're moving up north with our equine guided therapy, which I'm really excited about. So if you're local to me, if you're a client or an ex-client, then feel free to come along to one of our equine guided therapy sessions because it's local now. And I think you'll get something out of it. I charge £60 an hour, well, £60 for 50 minutes. If you book 4, then you get it for £50. So between £50 and £60. You get me and my best mate, who's an equine facilitator, and horses for 3 hours. 3 hours for £70 if you book on this. It is equine guided therapy. We use the horses and they guide us because you can't make a horse do anything that he doesn't want to do. There's a bit of me, there's a bit of psychotherapy stuff, there's a bit of grounding, there's a bit of being at one with nature, and then there's quite a bit of horsey stuff. And it's all there for you to experience. You get a nice cup of tea, refreshments as well. We do morning and afternoon sessions. The morning ones start at 10 o'clock and finish at 1 o'clock, and the afternoon ones start at 2 o'clock and finish at 5 o'clock. But you can find it all over on my Facebook stuff. Yeah, really excited about that. I've even had I've printed some t-shirts with my name on and all that sort of stuff. I'm that excited. So that's the first thing. It starts at the end of August, I think, is the first one. I've got about 4 dates booked in, I think, starting at the end of August and then in September, but we'll be booking more in. Yeah, so go and have a look at that and see what that's all about. The other exciting thing that I've got coming up, which is why this is called Choosing You, is I'm going to release a course that I did probably, I don't know, about 6 months ago maybe, called Choose You. And I did it in the membership and it went down a storm and they really enjoyed it. But it's something I seem to have been talking with a lot of clients about lately, prioritising ourselves. And yeah, so I thought I'd release it as a standalone course. So I'm going to do that over the weekend. There's 5 modules. I did it over 5 weeks in the membership, so I might refer to it as week 1 and week 2 or modules, whichever. But there's 5 videos, there's 5 workbooks, there's an ebook and audios that go with it. So you can just read it in the workbooks and the ebook if that's what you want to do, or you can listen to me talking about it on a video, or you can listen, you know, just to the audio and just have it playing in the background. So it's $19.99. It's going to be $19.99 when I release it on Saturday. So I've done a couple of posts with a sign up form. If you want to sign up to it, then absolutely pay $19.99 and you can get it, walk away, and it's yours to keep forever and a day. If you want it for free, I like to offer things for free. You can have it if you join the membership because it's in the membership already. So this month is one of those months where there's 5 Sundays in this month, and I go live with my membership every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. So if you join up this month, as in on Saturday when the course is released, if you join the membership, then you get to come to 5 of the group sessions, and you get the course and all the other courses that are available in there. There's ones on anxiety. I do some stuff around driver behaviour. There's something about, I think I talk about one of Michael Neal's books in there. There's a few things in there that you get free as the membership, and you could work through all of them in a month, and you get all of that for $29.99. If you want to stay in the membership, absolutely brilliant. If you don't, you can drop out at any time. You're not committing yourself to anything. So yeah, you can get the standalone course for $19.99 or join the membership. Hi Tammy. It says that there's 8 people watching. I've not had 8 people watching this for quite a while. So what's in the course? What are the modules? The first one is about it talks about setting healthy boundaries, and I think that's something that has brought it up for me this week with a lot of my clients is, how do we set healthy boundaries? What is a healthy boundary? I didn't have very healthy boundaries at all. I'm a people pleaser. That's what I do. I'm an empath. I'm a caregiver. I'm a rescuer. I'm all this sort of stuff. Hi, Facebook user, whoever you are. Is it Steph again? Not sure, but hello. I prioritise everybody before myself, so I wasn't very good at setting boundaries at all. If somebody asked me to do something, I would, even if I was busy, I would stop doing what I was doing and help them, and then I'd get annoyed that I hadn't managed to do my stuff. So it's about, learning how to prioritise yourself by having healthy boundaries and knowing what you can do and what you can't do and what you actually want to do and what you don't want to do. And having cancer has taught me to pay attention to that, to only do the things that I want to do. And if it doesn't bring me joy, then I'm not going to do it. And it's also allowed me to let go of some of the guilt that goes along with saying no to people. So part of the Choose You course is about the courage to say no. How do we say no without upsetting people? How do we say no without feeling guilty? The importance of self-care is another one. The importance of, doing things for ourselves. Self-care isn't selfish, treating yourself and those sort of things. It's not bad. So it talks about, personal boundaries and it helps you look at how to set personal boundaries. It also looks at, once we set a boundary, it doesn't mean that boundary needs to stay in place forevermore with every person that we ever come across. Once you get used to having boundaries, you can have boundaries for friends and family, you can have different boundaries for work colleagues, you can have boundaries for relationships. It's about understanding what you value in those relationships and what you want other people to value in you in those relationships, and drawing a line and saying this is acceptable and this isn't. That to me is what a personal boundary is. It's us knowing what we want it to be like in the relationships and the connections and the communications and all that sort of stuff that we have with people. Because if we don't know what they are, how can we expect people to abide by them? And I think sometimes we just let things slip. We can take our eye off the ball. It's like, for me, I didn't make the decision that I was going to be a people pleaser. It just crept up and it just happened. But the older I got, the more pissed off I got with people when they would abuse the situation, when they kept asking me to do things and I kept saying yes, and then I would get annoyed at it. But it was my fault because I didn't have very good personal boundaries. In fact, I had no boundaries. I didn't value myself at all. I was at the bottom of the pile. So if you find that you are at the bottom of the pile, then definitely sign up for this course. It's $19.99. It's not going to break the bank. Like I said, there's 5 modules in there. So if you're a people pleaser, this will be for you. If you're someone who always finds themselves bending over backwards to please everybody else and you're at the bottom of the pile, then it's going to be a good guide for you to being more balanced in what's acceptable and what's not. If you're overcommitted, if you overcommit to things, are you the type of person that takes on more responsibility and you haven't got any time at all for your own self-care, then this course will be for you. If you're a caregiver or a helper, do you always constantly provide for everybody else and you're at the bottom of the list again? If you're an empath, if you're sensitive, oversensitive to other people's emotions and you tend to absorb all those, in a work situation, are you the one that everybody comes to? Then this course is for you. If you're a busy professional and you get put on by work, the bosses or people in work, and you find it difficult to say no, you worry that people aren't going to like you if you say no, or if you have boundaries, any sort of boundaries, you worry that people aren't going to like you. If you're a parent who's struggling, with all the parenting stuff and putting, things in place and techniques and boundaries, that make sure that you get to take care of yourself while you're parenting. And if you're in a toxic relationship, if you find that you're a rescuer in a toxic relationship, and I'm not necessarily just talking about husband, wife, partner, any sort of a relationship, if it's toxic and you need some support and help on how to put some personal boundaries in place, then this course is for you. and breathe. I feel like this video's gone a bit faint because the sun is shining in lots of different directions. Yeah, I can see it glistening in the corner over there, and it's making it look all hazy and kind of old-fashioned. Is it sepia toned? It looks a bit sepia toned on my camera. So yes, if you've got any questions about anything to do with this course, then feel free. What I will be doing is putting a little post in the comments underneath this with it's a wait list to sign up. So you can sign up, that when it is released, I'll just send you an email with a link so that you can buy it there and then, or there'll be something for you to get access to join the membership or whatever it is. But just so you don't forget or you don't lose it, sign up to the link that I'm going to put in. You're not signing up to the course. I don't take your credit card details or anything. It's just that you'll get an email with a link so that it's there for whenever you want it. It's not a limited edition, this course. It's going to be up there, so you can buy it whenever you want to, and join the membership whenever you want to, and access everything that's in there. It's just that this month is a good month because there's 5 Sundays, so you get 5 hours in the group membership with me, where we can talk about this course or anything else that comes up your back. Yeah, so what have I got on this week? I've been really busy this week with one thing or another. I've been quite busy with clients and things. Talking quite a bit about self-agency, which was interesting. I do a podcast, and it's something that came up on that. But I've also been talking about it with clients this week about, when you find that you keep saying the same things over and over again, and you just don't take action. It's kind of like, sometimes I'm sick and fed up of hearing myself saying the same things over and over. And I think I was saying this last year. I can remember distinctly saying this same thing last year, and I've not done anything about it. And I get a bit peed off with myself. And it does link into the choose you, because I'm obviously not doing the things that I should be doing to prioritise myself. But in the psychotherapy world, we kind of call it self-agency, where it's about you, independently being able to make decisions without necessarily having to check in with other people. And then once you've made those decisions, to take action, rather than just saying that you're going to do something and not doing it. Self-agency for me is about taking action and making it happen. And when I say making it happen, it's not always making it happen in a successful way. It's about just taking those steps to change something. Sometimes we take steps and it doesn't end very well. It doesn't always need to be successful. It's the fact that we've attempted to make a change. It's the fact that we've stepped out of our comfort zone and we've decided to do something different. To me, that's self-agency. That's empowering. That's us doing something to make a change and taking control of our lives. And, the Choose You course that I mentioned earlier, it kind of is included in that arena of, taking responsibility and doing something. So on that note, I shall leave it there. I've been waffling on for quite long enough now. So if there's anything that you want me to talk about, feel free to post it in the comments and I will talk about it. But just have a think about, your personal boundaries. Have you got any personal boundaries? Do you know how to set personal boundaries? Do you know how to prioritise yourself? Because I think a lot of us struggle in that area. Can you see that I'm getting a bit hot? I'm going to go and take my jumper off. Yeah. So I shall see you next week and have a fantastic weekend. It's coming up to the weekend, only one more working day, and then it's the weekend. Speak soon.